We looked at what skills the students needed to have in order to succeed. Once you looked at the skills that they needed to succeed in the future, it was very easy to define the space.
I wasn't so sure initially with a large school how I thought it was going to work.
My daughter doesn't have just really one teacher, she has 3.
It sounded great, but whether it would translate and whether these teachers would be able to adapt to this whole new system, I questioned.
I'm just honestly floored at the difference between a regular school and this school.
They are not restricted to just the kids in their classroom. Matter of fact, they don't even call them classroom, they call them neighborhoods.
It's an open concept and you have these hubs. They are able to leverage the entire floor.
This is a student-centered facility. What do they need to succeed, and how can the space complement teaching to enable that to happen?
It's no longer just you in the 21st century world. You're working with groups near you, you're working with people across the world. So we have to bring that to them now.
They need that movement. They need their hands on something. They need that resource to say, okay, if I'm interested in being an engineer, let my teacher come up with an activity to show me, to make me want to grab it.
It's a place you want to be versus a place you dread walking into every day.
When we first went out to tell the teachers in various districts and different areas what we were doing, I was very inspired by the number of teachers that came up to me and said, this is what I've been waiting for. This is removing the facility from being a barrier to education.
It's a wonderful concept to be able to have a facility that encourages 21st century teaching and learning.
I don't have to fly solo. I can work with others, and I'm learning to collaborate.
Because of all the moving, the stresses and strains of war, deployments, all the fiscal constraints we're dealing with right now, we all deal with adversity. So we want our children to be adaptable, resilient, prepared for that.
They're learning critical thinking, and it's amazing at the young age that the kids are learning to think and think outside the box.
We're getting them ready for the jobs that they're going to have later, and we're getting them ready for what's coming down the road in the immediate future as well.
It's about outcomes, and I think it helps our children become more productive because it's not just sitting in a classroom and writing stuff on a board.
And the idea of project-based learning, working on things that are real world and relevant to them, was so important.
I hear terms from my 6-year-old like teamwork, collaboration. I find that extremely impressive that they're teaching that here at this 21st century school.
When we look at the way education is changing, what we do know is that we don't know what's coming next.
I am truly, honestly grateful that we were here and that we were able to come here, that we were able to transfer here, and that is one of our biggest reasons why we are staying on post.
What DoDEA does for us, quality of life, is what we promise our soldiers, everything from our hospital to our libraries to our gyms, well, obviously our schools.
If I'm looking at it purely from a command perspective, the services that we provide on the installation is critical to the stability and the happiness of that family, which then translates and has a direct correlation on the readiness of my unit.
This school is honestly one of the reasons why we're staying here.
We've had a phenomenal experience here. The open classrooms and the neighborhood setting works, and my children are thriving.
Spot on, absolutely. I think it's a wonderful concept.